The echo beyond logic. Captain Alina Seto rubbed her eyes as she stared at the holographic display spanning the observation deck of Helios 9, humanity's furthest deep space monitoring station. The massive structure orbited a nameless brown dwarf at the edge of explored space, its sensors constantly probing the darkness beyond. "Anything worth noting today, Dr. Keller?" she asked, her voice carrying a practiced calm that belied her boredom. Dr. Mira Keller, the station's chief scientist, tapped through several displays without looking up. Just the usual cosmic background radiation, stellar drift measurements. And she stopped abruptly, her fingers freezing above the console. "And what?" Alina prompted, suddenly alert. "Something that can't possibly exist." Mira's voice had dropped to a whisper. "Station, verify anomaly in Sector 17 Delta." The station's AI responded immediately. "Anomaly confirmed. Object detected at coordinates 351.7289. Classification: unknown." Alina moved to Mira's station, scanning the readings with practiced efficiency. "Could be sensor ghosts. We've had issues with the long-range arrays before. I've already run 3 diagnostic sequences," Mira replied, her fingers dancing across the console. "Whatever this is, it's real, and it's breaking several laws of physics." The holographic display zoomed in on a region of seemingly empty space. Data scrolled beside the image. Velocity measurements, mass calculations, energy signatures. None of it made sense. "These readings can't be right," Alina muttered. "Nothing moves at that speed without leaving a radiation trail. Nothing changes course that sharply without acceleration patterns." And yet, Mira gestured at the display. Lieutenant Commander Raj Patel, the station's tactical officer, joined them, his face tightening as he studied the readings. "No energy signature we can identify. No propulsion pattern matching anything in our database, and it's heading directly toward us." Elena straightened her uniform. "Protocol is clear. Notify Earth Command immediately. Prepare first contact procedures and defensive measures." "First contact?" Raj questioned. "Captain, we don't know if. Whatever it is, it's demonstrating intelligence," Alina cut in. "Those course changes aren't natural phenomena, and it appeared within our detection range without warning, which means it either has technology far beyond ours or what?" Mira asked. "Or it wanted us to see it," Alina finished. 6 hours later, Helios 9 was on full alert. Earth Command had dispatched the UES Intrepid, the nearest battlecruiser, but it was still 18 hours away at maximum speed. For now, Alina and her crew of 37 scientists and military personnel were on their own. "Distance?" Alina asked from the command chair. 8 million kilometers and closing, Raj reported. "Current velocity? It's slowing down, Captain." Dramatically. On the main display, the object finally became visible as more than a data point. It was sleek and angular, its surface a deep obsidian that seemed to drink in the light around it. No visible propulsion systems, no exterior markings, just a perfect geometric shape approximately 200 meters in length. "It's beautiful," Mira whispered. "And terrifying," added Chief Engineer Kwesi Okafor. "That whole material is absorbing our scanning beams. We can't get any internal readings." Alina leaned forward. "Have they responded to our hails?" Communications Officer Lin Zhang shook her head. "Nothing on any frequency, Captain. I've been transmitting the standard first contact package on all bands since detection." "Wait," Lin said suddenly. "We're receiving something. It's responding to our mathematical sequences, but with variations." Adding complexity, Dr. Keller rushed to the communication station. "They're not just solving our equations, they're improving them." "This is a conversation. Can we derive language from this?" Alina asked. "Given enough time, probably," Mira replied. "But I don't think we'll need to. Look." The main display flickered, and a series of images appeared. Star charts, solar systems, Earth, Then humans, walking, speaking, building. The sequence ended with an image of Helios 9 itself. "They know us," Raj said quietly. "They've been watching." Before Elena could respond, the ship suddenly accelerated again, covering millions of kilometers in seconds before stopping just 5,000 kilometers from the station, close enough that it now dominated the viewport. "Defensive systems online," Raj said, his voice tight. "Hold fire unless I give the order," Elena commanded. "This is first contact. We follow protocol." The station shuddered slightly, and the lights flickered. "They've established some sort of energy link with us," Queasy reported frantically. "It's interfacing with our systems, but not damaging anything. It feels like they're reading our databases." "Can you block it?" Elena asked. "I don't even understand how they're doing it," Queasy admitted. "It's like they're speaking directly to our computers on a quantum level." The main screen flickered again, and this time an image formed that caused the entire bridge crew to fall silent. A face, or something like a face, appeared. It had no clear features that corresponded to human anatomy, yet somehow conveyed expression. The being seemed to be composed of swirling patterns of light and shadow that constantly rearranged themselves while maintaining a cohesive whole. "Greetings, humans of Helios 9. A voice emanated from every speaker on the station simultaneously. It sounded neither male nor female, old nor young, simply present. "We are the Echoes. We have observed your species for some time." Elena stepped forward. "I am Captain Elena Sato of the United Earth Space Command. We welcome peaceful contact with your species." The patterns composing the Echo's face shifted slightly. "Peace is preferable. Your species is young, but demonstrates potential. We have come to evaluate." "Evaluate for what purpose?" Elena asked carefully. "For compatibility. For worth. For future." Dr. Keller moved beside Elena. "You've been studying us. For how long?" "Since you first transmitted radio waves into space. Since you first split the atom. Since you first stepped beyond your atmosphere." The pattern swirled faster. "You are quick to violence, quick to fear, but also quick to adapt, quick to dream." Raj tensed as a warning light flashed on his console. "Captain, the UES Vanguard just dropped out of FTL near Pluto. They weren't due in system for weeks." Elena frowned. "Earth Command must have redirected them when we reported the contact." "Your military vessel approaches with hostile intent," the Echo stated. "This is expected but unnecessary." "I assure you, we mean no harm," Elena said quickly. "This is standard procedure for an unknown contact. We understand caution. We will demonstrate our intentions." Without warning, the alien vessel vanished from the viewport. "Where did they go?" Elena demanded. "Unknown, Captain," Raj replied, his voice strained. "They're just gone. No warp signature, no energy trail." "Incoming transmission from the Vanguard," Lynn announced. Captain Hernandez sounds shaken. The main screen switched to show the bridge of the UES Vanguard. Captain Hernandez, a veteran with 30 years of service, looked pale. Behind him, his bridge crew seemed to be in a state of barely controlled panic. "Captain Sato," Hernandez said tightly. "The unknown vessel appeared alongside us without warning. They're inside our shields. Their ship is literally phased partially through our hull, but causing no damage. Our weapons systems have been temporarily disabled." Elena felt her blood run cold. "Are you under attack?" "No, that's just it. They haven't harmed anyone. They simply—" He paused, searching for words. "They've demonstrated that they could destroy us at any moment, but choose not to. They're transmitting navigation coordinates. They want representatives from Earth to meet them at these coordinates in 3 days." The screen split to show the Echo again. "We will withdraw to the specified location. Send your representatives. We will determine if humanity is ready to learn the truth about the universe you inhabit." The alien vessel phased back into normal space beside the Vanguard. then accelerated away faster than any human vessel could track, leaving behind a stunned silence on both ships. "Captain," Mira said quietly, "I think we just passed a test. Or maybe it was just the entrance exam." Elena nodded slowly. "And something tells me the real evaluation is yet to come. When stars bend their knee." 3 days later, Elena found herself aboard the UES Diplomatic Envoy, a hastily repurposed science vessel, now carrying Earth's first official contact team. Alongside her were Dr. Keller, Ambassador Jerome Washington, a renowned diplomat with experience in brokering peace during the Mars colonial conflict, and General Weizong, representing Earth's military interests. "We're approaching the coordinates," the ship's pilot announced. The view screen showed empty space. Until it didn't. As if reality itself had parted like a curtain, a structure appeared before them. Not a ship this time, but a station of some kind, resembling a vast geometric lattice stretching over 10 kilometers in diameter. "My God," Ambassador Washington breathed. "It was hidden right here, in our own solar system." "Phase-shifted reality," Dr. Keller theorized. "They exist partially outside our dimensional space." General Zhang remained skeptical, "or very advanced cloaking technology. Either way, their capabilities far exceed our own." The diplomatic envoy approached cautiously. No communication was necessary. A portion of the lattice structure opened, creating an obvious docking port perfectly sized for the human vessel. "They've studied our technology thoroughly," Elena observed as the ship eased into the offered space. Once docked, gravity subtly shifted to match Earth standard. The airlock cycled, revealing a corridor that seemed to be composed of the same flowing patterns of light and shadow as the echo they had communicated with previously. "Atmospheric analysis shows breathable air," Dr. Keller confirmed. "Pressure and temperature adjusted to Earth norms." Ambassador Washington straightened his formal attire. "Then let's not keep our hosts waiting." The delegation followed the corridor, which opened into a vast chamber. The walls, floor, and ceiling seemed to be in constant fluid motion, yet remained stable beneath their feet. At the center was a table, or at least something that approximated a table, with formations that could serve as seats. 3 echoes awaited them, their forms more defined now. Though still composed of swirling patterns, they had taken on vaguely humanoid shapes. "You have come," stated the central figure, which Elena recognized by its pattern as the one they had first communicated with. "This demonstrates courage." Ambassador Washington stepped forward with practiced diplomatic poise. "On behalf of humanity, I thank you for this invitation. We are eager to establish peaceful relations and cultural exchange." The echo's patterns rippled in what might have been amusement. "Cultural exchange is premature. Understanding must precede exchange." "Then help us understand," Dr. Keller said. "Who are you? What are the echoes?" "We are remnants," replied the echo. "Echoes of the first ones who seeded this galaxy with the potential for life billions of your years ago." General Zhang tensed. "You claim to have created life on Earth." "Not created. Guided. All life follows patterns established long ago. Your species evolved naturally, but within parameters." Dr. Keller leaned forward. "You're saying evolution was programmed." "Simplified, but essentially correct. The galaxy is a garden with many caretakers. We observe, we evaluate, we guide when necessary." Ambassador Washington cleared his throat. "And what is your evaluation of humanity?" The patterns of all 3 echoes synchronized momentarily. "Incomplete. You stand at a threshold. Your technology approaches the point where you may either transcend your limitations or destroy yourselves. We have seen both outcomes countless times among emerging species." Elena found her voice. "So we're being tested." "Observed," corrected the echo. "Testing implies potential failure. We do not judge success or failure, only readiness." "Readiness for what?" General Zhang demanded. The chamber around them suddenly transformed. The delegates found themselves seemingly standing in open space, stars surrounding them in all directions. One by one, points of light highlighted various star systems. The collective, the echo, explained as hundreds, then thousands of stars illuminated, civilizations that have reached stability, species that have overcome their violent impulses, cultures that have merged technology with wisdom. You're saying there's a galactic community out there? Ambassador Washington asked, his voice tinged with wonder. And we knew nothing about it. The collective does not interfere with developing species. Isolation is necessary for authentic evolution. General Zhang's military mind quickly grasped the implications. These other species, are they all as advanced as you? We are not a species in your understanding. We are caretakers. The collective contains many levels of development, some only slightly beyond yours, others nearly incomprehensible to you. The starfield zoomed in on Earth's solar system, then expanded to show nearby stars. Your region contains 17 developing worlds with intelligent life. The echo continued. 4 approach your level of technology. Within 500 of your years, you will encounter them if your expansion continues. Dr. Keller's scientific curiosity was fully engaged. You're preparing us for first contact with our galactic neighbors. We are determining if you should be permitted such contact. The statement hung in the air like a threat. General Zhang's expression darkened. Permitted, he challenged. You would restrict our movement, our destiny. If necessary, the echo replied simply. Species that cannot control their aggression are contained until they mature or expire. Before the general could respond, the chamber shook violently. The starfield display flickered and vanished. We are under attack, announced one of the other echoes calmly. Ambassador Washington looked horrified. It's not us. Earth would never. Not Earth, the echo confirmed. Another evaluation subject has discovered this facility. Their response is aggression. The chamber's walls became transparent, revealing space outside. A fleet of ships unlike any human design was approaching, weapons firing. The Vex, explained the echo. A species we have observed for 3 centuries. They discovered traces of our technology and followed them here. Elena watched as energy beams struck the station's outer lattice. Will your defenses hold? This is not a defensive structure. It is merely an observation post. General Zhang assessed the situation with professional detachment. Those ships, how do they compare to Earth vessels? Their technology is approximately equivalent to yours, more advanced in some areas, less in others. The general nodded. Then let us help defend this station. The diplomatic envoy has minimal weapons, but our military vessels in the system could be here within hours. The echo's patterns pulsed rapidly as they communicated among themselves. Finally, the lead echo addressed the humans again. This is unexpected. You offer assistance rather than seeking advantage in our momentary vulnerability. Ambassador Washington stepped forward. Of course. You invited us here peacefully. We would not abandon you to attackers. Interesting. The pattern swirled contemplatively. Your evaluation continues in unexpected ways. The entire station shuddered again as more weapons fire impacted. The Vex seek our technology, the echo explained. They believe domination of other species is their evolutionary right. They have failed previous evaluations. Dr. Keller looked alarmed. What happens to species that fail? They are contained, their expansion limited. Eventually, most self-correct or self-destruct. Elena had heard enough. Let us contact our vessels. We can coordinate a defense. That will not be necessary, the echo stated. But your willingness to assist has been noted. The chamber changed again, this time showing the attacking fleet in detail. Without warning, space itself seemed to fold around the Vex ships. Their weapons fire abruptly ceased. What's happening to them? Elena asked. They are being returned to their home system with modified memories, the echo explained. They will not remember this encounter. General Zhang couldn't hide his astonishment. You can just move entire fleets across space, alter memories. Such interventions are rare but sometimes necessary. Ambassador Washington gathered his composure. You could have done that immediately. Why allow the attack to proceed at all? To observe your reaction, the Echo stated simply, which was illuminating. The starfield reappeared around them, but now with a new perspective. Earth glowed brightly at the center. Humanity has shown potential today. You offered defense without demanding compensation. Your first instinct was cooperation rather than exploitation. The Echo's patterns formed what might have been the approximation of a smile. This is promising. Does this mean we've passed your evaluation? Elena asked. Evaluations do not end, the Echo corrected. But a new phase begins. We will establish a permanent observation post near your world. Knowledge will be shared gradually as you demonstrate readiness. Ambassador Washington bowed slightly. This is more than we hoped for. Thank you. There is one more thing, the Echo added. A gift to demonstrate good faith. A small crystalline object materialized on the table between them. This contains the principles of phase transition propulsion. It will allow your vessels to travel between stars in days rather than years. Consider it the first step toward your potential place in the collective. Dr. Keller reached for the crystal with trembling hands. This technology, it could transform our civilization. Or destroy it, if misused, the Echo cautioned. Your handling of this gift will inform future evaluations. General Zhang studied the object with both desire and caution in his eyes. I assume this comes with restrictions. Only one, the Echo replied. You must reach consensus as a species before implementing this technology. If you cannot agree on its proper use, you are not ready for its power. Elena understood the significance. Earth's nations and colonies would need to overcome their differences and establish unified protocols. No small task given humanity's fractious history. We accept your challenge, she said firmly, and your gift. The Echo's patterns swirled in what might have been approval. Then return to your world, humans. Tell them what you have witnessed. Tell them they are not alone in this vast universe. Tell them they are being watched, not with malice, but with hope. As the human delegation prepared to depart, Elena took one last look at the impossible beings who had just changed humanity's future forever. The Echoes were terrifying in their power, yet somehow comforting in their patience. We won't disappoint you, she promised. The lead Echo's patterns formed into a complex, beautiful configuration. That, Captain Sato, is entirely up to humanity. We are merely echoes of what came before. What comes next will be your creation. As the diplomatic envoy departed the station, Elena gazed out at the stars with new eyes. Each point of light now represented possibility, and perhaps watching eyes. Humanity's isolation had ended. Their real journey was just beginning.